A few years ago, while I was working at a startup, one of our APIs suddenly became slow. Nothing had changed in the code. No new deployment, no production outage, yet an API that normally responded in around 100 milliseconds was now taking almost 3 seconds. Initially, we thought maybe the application server is overloaded, maybe there is some infrastructure issue, maybe there is a network problem, but after looking at the metrics and dashboards, we found the real culprit, the database. And that raises an interesting question. If databases are built to store and retrieve data efficiently, why do they become slow as systems grow? Let's break it down. The first thing I learn in production is this: when someone says the database is slow, that statement is usually incomplete because a slow database is usually a symptom, not the root cause. The real question is, why is the database spending more time than before? Is it reading too much data? Is it waiting for something? Is it running out of resources? Or is the query itself the problem? In production, database performance issues usually come from a handful of common patterns, and let's look at them one by one. The first problem is reading too much data. Suppose you have a user table containing millions of records and somebody writes query like this. At first glance, this looks like a perfectly normal query, and when the table is small, it may work just fine. But as the amount of data grows, the same query can start taking longer because the database first needs to find the matching row. Can it jump directly to the data, or does it need to look through a large part of the table first? That depends on whether an index exists. Think of an index like the index page of a book. Without it, you keep turning pages until you find what you are looking for. With it, you can jump directly to the right page. I once investigated a production issue where an API that normally responded in milliseconds was taking several seconds. Nothing had changed in the application code. The real problem was that the database was reading far more data than necessary. And after adding an index, the same query became fast again. And this is exactly why one of the first things you should do when investigating a slow query is use explain. Explain shows how the database plans to run your query. Is it using an index, or is it scanning the entire table? How many how many rows does it expect to read? Because before fixing a slow query, you first need to understand what the database is actually doing. The second problem is fetching more than you need. Now imagine you only need a user's name, but your query look like this. The database reads every column, for example, addresses, email, metadata, large text field, everything. Then it sends all that data over the network. Then your application processes it. And even though you only needed one or two fields, a surprising number of performance problems come from simply reading more data than necessary. Sometimes the fastest query is not about adding more hardware, it's about asking for less data. The third problem is log contention. This one is harder to spot. Imagine thousands of users trying to update the same piece of data. The database must maintain consistency. So one transaction gets a log, other transactions have to wait. Then more transactions arrive and they wait too. Soon a queue starts forming. The database is not necessarily busy doing work, it's busy waiting. From the application perspective, everything becomes slow. But the real problem is not computation, the real problem is contention. So how do we solve log contention? Now this is much bigger topic and requires a separate video, but to give you the basic idea, the goal is to reduce how long transactions hold locks. That usually means keeping transactions short, avoiding unnecessary updates, and preventing too many requests from competing for the same data. Because the less time a transaction holds a lock, the less time everyone else has to wait, and less waiting usually means better database performance. The fourth problem is resource bottleneck. Sometimes the query is fine, the indexes are fine, the application is fine, but the database server has simply reached its limits. Imagine a database that normally handles 100 requests per second. Now traffic suddenly jumps to 500 requests per second. CPU usage rises, memory pressure increases, disk activity grows. Even good queries, even the optimized query start slowing down. Not because the queries changed, but because the machine executing them is struggling to keep up with the workload. The fifth problem is query itself is inefficient. The query you have written gives the correct result, but it forces the database to do far more work than necessary. For example, imagine you are building an e-commerce application and you want to show the top 100 most expensive orders, right? So you write query like this, right? So this query is perfectly fine, but imagine the orders table contains millions of records. Before returning the result, the database may need to sort a massive amount of data. That's a lot of work. Or suppose you write a query that joins multiple large tables. The query is correct, the result is correct, but the database now has to combine data from several large tables before returning the answer. As the amount of data grows, small inefficiencies become expensive, right? So a query that takes few milliseconds in development may take several seconds in production. The next time someone says the database is slow, don't jump straight to conclusions. Check whether the database is reading too much data, waiting on logs, running out of resources, or simply executing an expensive query. Because once you identify the real problem, finding the solution becomes much easier. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more backend engineering and system design content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.